Aya. Because I don't really want to leave it here, leaving that gold wasted. And right now, since I usually have stuff to do and stuff to talk about during these nights, I will probably be leaving them into videos. Well, I will be. But later on, there may be nights when I'm just standing there, don't really have nothing to say, don't have nothing to do. So there probably will later on be some nights when I end up cutting out. Break stone objects into their scientific components. I guess I will quickly show you what it does basically. So I take these pine cones, click research, in you go. Gives me 3 research points. I'll just throw another one just for fun of it. Some give more than others. There are some that you can get if you find a graveyard. You can dig up the graves and get like special items that are pretty much only good for throwing in the research, the science machine. I don't have enough grass. Okay, I will need to get more grass before I can make a hammer. Should be more grass off this way. Once day comes, I can go get that grass. Sorry. There are items you can get from like the graves that would give you like 50 research, no not 50, 80 research points. And they have no other use anyways. There's also another item you can get from graves or craft. An amulet. Protects you from death. It's kind of like the meat effigy, but the amulet you have to be wearing on your chest slot, which is the same slot that where the backpack goes or the log suit, the armor. So you can't be wearing armor and the amulet, or the amulet in the backpack, or anything like that. But the meat effigy, it doesn't matter if you don't have to wear it or anything, because it's just a thing you build. Okay, get some more grass. Need 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got enough. Make a couple pieces of rope and a hammer. Equip the hammer and hammer it. D. Oops, gotta hold it. Get some of the rocks back, some of those logs, and the golden nugget. Moving on. Grabbing some more grass real quick. Always want to have some grass with you, in my opinion. Even if I'm going on even like a pretty much a dangerous run, and I have a meat effigy to protect myself, so I'm okay with dying. Even then, if I leave pretty much everything behind, I always try to keep some of the basics, like maybe some cut grass, some twigs, some flint, and maybe some logs, if I have to, in case I have to make a bonfire. Not always a lot, but at least a few minimal resources for it. So it looks like a large forest. Just continue following the road for a bit. Continue following the road, and we have a swamp. This is a swamp biome. Over here's a frog. I will kill the frog. I will get frog legs. Frog legs are a pretty good food source. Also, one thing you have to be careful in the swamp is, I don't know if I'll encounter it or not. Let's see if I do. If it does, I'll mention it, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be encountering it. Yeah, I'll just wait till it happens then to mention it. Okay, I think I'm going to go this way, explore off in this direction. What I'm really hoping to find is maybe I could find an area where there are beefaloes or a pig village. That would be good to allow me to get some fertilizer, which I just noticed my petals have become stale. Oh, I didn't know that. I think when they get down below the halfway mark is when they become stale. I thought the meter would empty out, fill back up, empty out, and do that over again. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Eye bone. when you have an eye bone in your inventory, Chester will follow you, which is a portable chest. There's also a lot of new features added in. What happens if I drop it? Would you like if I drop it? Oops. If I drop it here, would you like stay by it? Yeah. And then here's one of the graves I mentioned. It says milk, eggs, bacon. Okay. I equip my shovel and this is making weird noises and annoying me. Nah, I guess since my inventory is full, I can try out Chester. Store. 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 Okay. Now if I dig this up, see what I get. Dissected tentacle. It's an item that's used for researching. Okay, I don't really like that island. Doesn't seem like it's got very much besides swamp on it. Come on, Chester. Which looks like kind of like a pumpkin dog-like thing with horns, with weird little feet. The only reason I say dog-like is just like the tongue. It's weird. That's all I know. Stale roasted berries, so they don't give as much food. I think it was starting to turn into what, a zombie? That's kind of what I think it was starting to turn. It was turning. Ooh, rock. I missed that. That's why it can be useful to check your in your map every once in a while, because you might miss something that you didn't see that your map still got on its radar. Okay. I think I will continue to follow the road. Also, one thing I think I've noticed is it seems like certain food will stay fresh longer. Like those carrots I have, they've been... Okay, I was wondering why it was stopping. They've been in my inventory for a while, and they're not that stale yet. The berries have been for about as long. Ooh, what's this? Looks like I found a pig village. Yep. With a pig king. There's quite a few houses here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This could be a good spot to set up a more permanent camp. I don't have enough stone for a actual fire pit yet though, so I will still just use a campfire. See, when the fire is this big and he says that fire is getting out of hand, if there was anything else flammable near this, it would be catching on fire. Okay, I don't have no more food to no more food to cook. Now I do. Okay, he goes to sleep at night too, that's a good thing to mention. Otto von Chesterfield-esque. Okay. Apparently that's its name. I wonder what happens if it does get killed, because I did notice that tentacle, which I don't think I mentioned when I was passing it. Those tentacles are the things I was talking about in the swamp. They can do quite a bit of damage if they hit you. That tentacle was attacking at Chester. I wonder what would happen if he ended up dying. Would it just be like he would die and drop all the items he had in his inventory? And would another one show up? Because that one just showing up when I got the eye bone. The eye bone that is looking at me. The creepy, the creepy eye bone. And you can also see if I move a little this way, there's that pig king icon showing this village. The individual houses aren't shown, so smaller villages, ones that don't actually have a pig king, are not shown on the map. If you get some resources, you can also build more pig houses, which one pig house will spawn for each. No, one pig will spawn for each pig house. So the more houses, the more pigs. Which also another thing you can do with the pigs is if you feed them meat, like the morsels or even monster meat, that actually gives more of a use for monster meat, which I think I put some in Chester. That's where I went. Yeah. They will follow you and attack enemies for you. So that can be really useful, especially if you can get quite a few houses, and you can basically get like a little piggy army. I can see a snout pressed up against the window. And here are the piggies. Apparently they keep him out. And you can notice he's starting to grow a beard. It'll get longer over time and give more hair once it's eventually shaved. Quite a few pigs around here. Quite a few. I think I might like this island. It's not too big. Like this one's a pretty big island. This one looks like it's a fairly small island, like maybe on around this radius right here. I think that's fairly close. And I think I would usually like setting up my bases on somewhat smaller islands. It's also got a nice pig village, which the Pig King also does have a use. If you feed him meat, I think only the actual, not like these cooked morsels, I don't think they would count. I think it actually has to be like cooked meat, which you get from certain enemies. Another gold nugget, nice. He will give you a gold nugget for the meat. So you can basically trade a gold nugget for meat. A little spot of black on the map. I don't like having... It annoys me when there's little tiny undiscovered areas. I always think there could be something in that little area, and there never is. So I'll spend this day exploring, and I think, yeah, I have enough. I need logs. That's a good reminder. I really need to cut some logs. I have enough stone now to set up a fire pit. So I think once night comes, I'll head to the village and I will set up a fire pit. And then once I have my fire pit set up, I can start digging up some saplings and some berry bushes and some grass and start actually setting up my base. And currently I'm on day 5. That's not a bad amount of time before getting work on starting your base. That's not too bad. Usually I want to get set up fairly quickly before more enemies start spawning and more stuff like that. So you don't want to wait too long for getting a base set up. Berry bushes. More berries. Okay, bottom half is about fully explored. Actually, if I'm gonna be getting my base set up, I think I will start digging up some of these saplings I see now. So when I dig them up, I will get the usual twigs, and I will also get the actual sapling, which I think those stack up to 20. Different things on this game will stack up to different amounts. So I can then plant these saplings where I want them, and then they'll eventually regrow. Instead of being like the droopy saplings, after I pick the twigs off, they'll regrow to like this. Then I can harvest them and do it again. But the saplings, unlike the grass and the berry bushes, do not need no fertilizer to regrow. They just need to be planted, and then you can just have to wait. But they don't. As I was trying to say, they don't regrow too quickly, so it can be pretty useful to have quite a few, and then just get a bunch of twigs. And if you don't need more twigs, just leave them grown for when you. Leave them grown for when you do need more twigs. Just leave them there. And that if you do need twigs, you can end up harvesting them and whatever. Yeah, this looks like a fairly small island. I definitely think I'm going to be setting my base here. Okay, what's this? Spoiled roasted berries. I don't think heat improved them. No, yeah, but they're rotten now. So I think those berries can now be used as fertilizer if I'm correct. They might have to. Okay, they stack up to 10. I was wrong. I'll just eat these berries. I was thinking they stacked up to 20, but I guess I was wrong. They stack up to 10. I think there should be a sapling down... Where is it? Somewhere in this tree area. Right there. And if you can't see an item, or if you're near an item and you don't want to waste time moving your mouse to the item, you can just press space to interact with or pick up or anything like that to the nearest item on you. So like here, you see my mouse is up here. I said space and pick it up. Also, one other thing is you can. Actually don't know if a lot of people know this, but I think probably good people that play this game a bit probably know it. You can also use the W, A, S, and D keys to move instead of just like point and click with the mouse cursor, which is good because I don't like using the mouse cursor to move, because otherwise I could be like, oops, my shovel broke. So I got a few saplings. It's turning that. I will head back to the village and set up my fire pit. Click, and all the pigs are heading home for night. Place it right at the end of the road, right in the center of all these buildings. Very nice spot, huh? And for the alchemy engine, I will need 4 logs and 4 cut stone, 4 boards, I mean. So I want to get working on that. Add a bit more fuel. Okay. You see, and also you can set up farm plots to grow vegetables and fruits and stuff, which you also need manure for. I wonder if once the meter actually empties out, if they'll become manure, because if they just are usable like manure, you won't be able to use them for farm plots. But if they actually, I'll probably find out pretty quickly because the meter's getting kind of low. If they actually become manure, or maybe fertilizer would actually make more sense, but it says manure, they would be able to be used by that. Oops. Not just because I went further away, he got up. So I guess he does go to sleep if you're near him. He's planting a few trees. But he still tries to stay close even if it's nighttime. Sometimes. Up, there it is. Up, up. Sleepy time. That's a little close to the fire. Okay. Let's see what I got in Chester. Got a couple gold nuggets, monster meat. Put the silk away and the hammer. Don't need the hammer right now. Thank you, Chester. Fire pit nice and comfy. Save the carrots. So next day I will probably what should I do next? I think I can finish exploring the island. There's not much left to explore. Get a few more saplings. What was that? Oh. Rot. It's a furry ball of rotten food. Furry ball? Ugh.